Welcome to the Tahryn and Karen Show.
I'm Tahryn.
And I'm Karen. And this is our first ever podcast.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to the two travel agents. What's new?
Two travel agents gone wild. This is how wild we are. We don't even know what's going on.
The Tahryn and Karen Show. Two travel agents. One wild ride. Welcome.
Welcome. We are going to talk about all your favorite topics, from marketing to what we see in airports. Don't you think, Tahryn? What do you think?
I think we're going to talk a little bit about everything. So today we're going to start with how two besties met and the meet cute that we had, and how we connected instantly over the marketing backgrounds that we both have. So we both had different lives before we became travel agents. And now, we're starting our podcast to talk about everything from marketing strategy, business strategy, working with clients, closing sales funnel, customer journey, a little bit of everything, because we both have different perspectives from our previous careers and also running our own business. So, Karen, why don't you tell everybody how we met?
And can I add one more thing in, Tahryn? We should probably let them know we like to get off on tangents.
We do. Starting a dance, but
don't worry, we'll always circle back to the topic at hand. Always.
We laugh. We, keep it light and airy, but you will learn too.
Absolutely.
Okay,
so our how we became besties. So there I was in the middle of the Cancun airport. For those of you who have flown through the Cancun airport lately, you know that if you get off between a certain time, because Cancun has not figured this out, even though they're saying they're working on it, I don't believe them, you enter hell. So you've got screaming parents screaming at their babies who are screaming. Their kids are screaming because nobody knows what to do. They got the escalator shut off because people are coming down them and falling into other people. It's just crowded.
Yeah.
So there I was standing in the middle of chaos. And I'm telling people, no, I'm sorry. You need to be over there. No, you got a kid. You are not in this line. You need to be over in that line. And all of a sudden, this woman is looking at me and she goes, "You must be a travel agent." And I said, "Well, yes, I am." In the midst of chaos.
Oh my God.
And then, Tahryn, you said to me, "Well, I'm a travel agent too." And I was like, wait.
What are you here for? And she's like, "Training." I'm like, "Me too. What one are you going to?"
Because I'm sitting here like, why is this lady asking me all these questions?
Who is this? I totally thought she was with the guy in front of her who happened to just randomly be online, because she was talking to that guy, and I was like, "Is it creepy out here? Do you feel like a travel agent?" But I just could sense it by how she was. And then we both figured out we were going to training, and then we figured out we were going to the same exact training, which is amazing. So we got to spend like 4 nights together.
4 nights. And we were each other's wedding dates, because we went to a great training about weddings. So we always had a wedding date. Sometimes you go to these things and you're like, am I going to know anybody? I mean, this was my first trip to Mexico, and I knew absolutely no one.
Yeah. I knew the baby who was hosting the event, but didn't really know anybody else. So we both went in with an immediate friend, which is always fun in those situations. It's good to make new friends, and we branched out and met a lot of people, because that's a lot of what those trips are about, is, making connections in the industry with other agents. I mean, we can all learn from each other, and that's what I think we got along so easily, because we did have, obviously our personalities connect, but, similar backgrounds And then on the same journey, we're both running our own travel agencies out of our homes, killing it, and trying to grow and be better. We, bonded over that, had a lot of fun, ate a lot of tacos, ate a lot of cheese.
Oh my, Tahryn, I am still not eating tacos. I am still not eating tacos. I ate churros in Spain and they were great. Like they're totally different from the ones in Mexico. I'm not ready to eat churros back here in the US yet or tacos. Still can't go there.
I have to go back to Mexico in June for more training. I don't know if you're going to that one, Romance Travel Forum.
I'm not.
I do know some people going to that one, so I will have some friends, but I'll make new friends. But again, it's going to be, I'm going in early for resort tours and then the 3 nights of the training. And there's probably more tacos and churros coming my way. So we are meeting you and had a wonderful week. Like Karen said, learning about weddings and destination weddings, vow renewals, things like that. We got to see a lot of great resorts and did resort tours. We went to mock weddings. So super great events. And then we've been besties ever since.
Yeah. We just kind of kept in contact. And then what did we do one day? Hey, let's start a podcast.
Why not? So, Karen, why don't you tell everybody where you live? We don't
Sure.
at all.
So I am based out of Mason, Wisconsin, which is about 20 miles outside of Madison, Wisconsin, the capital. So what about you, Karen? Where are you?
So before we leave Madison, Wisconsin, I love the accent, Wisconsin. Learn about life in Wisconsin, but you're also going to learn about life in New Jersey because that's where I am from. So I am in Howell, New Jersey, which is Jersey Shore, depending on whether considered North Jersey or South Jersey. I am about an hour south of Manhattan and about an hour north of Atlantic City. So that's where I am based. And you will be learning about life in New Jersey because we have very different lives.
I think that's going to be the best thing about this is that as you learn a little bit more about us, while our style is very much so the same, we kind of have different experiences, right? Like I live out more in the country. I live more in the Midwest, more out east, more closer to New York and big city life. So it's just going to give a different perspective on, just travel in general and what you need to do for different locations throughout the United States.
The differences in clientele. I mean, we both do a lot of family vacations, couples, honeymoons, weddings, groups. So similarities there, but our clients are very different, obviously geographically. We both have clients all over the country, so it's not necessarily isolated areas, but the primary bulk of our clients are locally based. Mine are Northeast, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, a few in Delaware, Maryland areas. So I'm very much concentrated. We're, dense in the Northeast. Karen, where did most of your clients come from?
So most of them come from Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, and Illinois.
Okay.
I'm starting to branch out more into the Dakotas and even Kansas.
Right.
But mostly staying, that upper kind of Midwest. Right. Well, the nice thing is we've kind of got a bunch of different airports around us. Because we've got Minneapolis, and I've got Madison, which is actually, thank goodness, it's oh, sorry about that. It's now becoming international. I'm going to fly direct to Cancun eventually. So that's going to be really nice. And then you got Milwaukee and Chicago. So we're kind of got quite a few around us. How far? About 4.5 hours from me. But when my peeps that live in South Dakota and North Dakota, they'll actually travel. They can fly out of Sioux Falls, but they tend to travel more to Minneapolis to fly out for those better direct flights. So, and I would have people travel up from Madison up there. So,
okay, yeah, I didn't realize how many airports we had out there. We're so we have my home. I consider North Airport, which is pretty much nonstop anywhere you want to go. There are some instances where we have to go to JFK, which is not fun to do around here because of the traffic, but I will do it for a nonstop all day long. A lot of Caribbean islands like St. Vincent, Grenada, you can only do okay. LaGuardia is not too far, but the flights don't ever really help out of there. And then I have a lot of clients that prefer to go out of Philadelphia, which is probably about an hour and a half from me. So we have a lot of options here as well. So I think that'll make for nice discussion in the future about what we're talking about, because airports change. I've seen things this year. A lot of my clients go to Europe in the summer, and sometimes the flights out of JFK are $1,000 less. I will go to JFK to save $1,000.
Heck yes. I do have to say, Newark Airport, oh my God, like since they've redone it, it's beautiful.
Depends on what terminal you're in. So the new A terminal, favorite, love it, big fan, fly out of there most. So United, it's a hub there, so I'm on United a lot. Most of the time, actually. C is their original big terminal, and then A has Shake Shack, big fan. They have Bang cookies. If you haven't had a Bang cookie, there's big cookies.
Those are good.
Stuff in it. Stuffed with stuff. And they have a really nice United Lounge there, too. It's new and it's big. They shut down B, and now I think they're making a new one, maybe?
Oh, interesting.
I think part of B is still open, because a lot of the international non-United flights go out of B. Like JetBlue typically goes out of B.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gotten better. Definitely have gotten better. I can get there if I had to in 45 minutes.
Nice. And there's security? Oh my God, I love it. Seriously, a lot of airports should take a look at how they're doing security, because it's super nice. I think Chicago's trying to pick up a few things of what they're doing, but they're just not there to where Newark is.
I do minimize my security as much as I can. I do clear. I do reach, actually global. I recheck, so we fly through.
Awesome. So Tahryn, why did you become a travel agent? What got you into the travel business?
Great question. So I had a previous life of marketing. Actually got to do my dream career for many years. I worked in sports advertising for a variety of brands, worked on all kinds of sports, worked on every major sporting event, shot commercials, did all kinds of advertising on the sponsor side, so not on the league side, although I have worked at some of the leagues. And I loved it. It was great. But the main industry I was in for the previous portion of my career was telecom, and that kind of grinds you. So one day I was like, I don't know that I can do this until I retire. And so on a whim, I started to think about, what could I start on the side and just, do something a little different to change my mind up. And I traveled a lot for my job, traveled a lot personally. And so I was like, I think I can do this travel agent thing. Actually had some people my parents had worked with, and I was like, they have a really cool model. It was like husband and wife, and they just host groups and they travel. So I'm like, I could do that. So I looked into it and started the business in summer of 2016. And it brought me incredible joy. It was a different kind of happiness out of this job, satisfaction, in it. And so after COVID, during COVID, thank God, still had the other job. After COVID, things exploded and the business grew immensely and continued to grow. It was a sustainable growth. And I got to the point where I could not sustain both jobs anymore. And this one, running my own business and having that freedom, it was something I don't know that I expected, but absolutely loved. And so in the end of 23, I left my career, and I just so happy that I made that choice.
Awesome.
Second chapter.
That's awesome.
I know you have a similar story. So how did you get to where you are?
Yeah. So I would say very similar. Was in marketing for, gosh, I hate to say this because I'm not that old, but over 24 years, mainly focusing on, in the CPG world. Spent a lot of time in toys, like working for brands like American Girl, Mattel, Fisher-Price, Barbie, which everybody will come to learn that I am a Barbie girl. I absolutely love Barbie. So I have a lot of things Barbie. But then I kind of bounced around after I left the toy world and went into some other CPG companies. And honestly, the burnout is real, especially, I don't know what it is. I mean, I know it's in every other career as well, but I feel like marketing, you're not even running, you're not even sprinting. It's like you are on like a moped speeding 90 miles an hour toward a freaking wall, right? And you just get burnt out. So I sent both of my kids off to college, and my son is graduating this weekend. Yay. And so, I kind of had a conversation with my husband and said, I'm burnt out. I'm not doing this anymore. And for the last, 13, 14 years, I've planned a big group travel every year where there's like 20 of us that go, and I planned it, and I would give that business to another travel agent. And I was like, wait a minute, I can do this. And it was always, my dream to do this when we retired. And my husband said, start it now. I totally agree with you. Right? Like, why wait? Like, who knows if I'll ever get to retire? And in this job, I don't even care. But like, I love to travel. I love to learn new things. I really appreciate the teams I worked with in the past, because now I'm doing all my marketing creative myself versus strategy. But I've come to appreciate, and thank God for Canva. But, I just love every day. I love my flexibility. Like, if I don't want to work today, I don't owe that to anybody but me. And, just the fact, it's just learning something new every day, and I'm in control. I don't want to tell, I am a control freak for husband night. But I just like to plan, and I love making people happy. And so sending them on this amazing adventure, I'm almost a storyteller, right? Like, here are all the things you're going to do. Here's what you're going to experience. It's not you're going to go to this resort and you're going to lay there. Now, granted, a lot of my clients do that, but you do this and you can do that and you can enjoy this and that and go see this. And that's what I love. And then when they come back and they're so happy and they refer me to someone else, like, you just hear the happiness in their voice. And that's the most fulfilling for me.
Me too. That's the the gratitude and the fulfillment that I really it's next level. I would get satisfaction out of my career, what I did, but this is a different kind of satisfaction. People are trusting you with major life events, whether it's honeymoon or a wedding or a milestone anniversary. Sweet 16s have been a big thing. Baby moons. You're being trusted as a trusted advisor to help them mark an important part of their lives. And when they come back raving about, how wonderful it was, it truly just makes my heart happy. And it's still a job, right? We have those days, we have those clients, we have those situations that are not fun. That's just life. But it really is. It's a fun job. Dare I say fun job?
I could say fun.
Yeah, people, you meet fun people, clearly.
Right.
You get to travel places, if you can. Some agents prefer to go on trips and see things, but I feel like Karen and I are both of the same mindset that the more you see, the better you can talk to it, and you're not just blowing smoke. You've been there, you've done it, you can give those recommendations. You get to know your clients over time. If you start that relationship, early on with like a honeymoon, and then you're growing baby moons, family trips, multi-gen, you get to know everybody, and you really can speak authentically to them, which is amazing. And I love it. I love it. Not going back. I don't ever want to go back to.
I love that. I don't think I could ever go back to the corporate world anymore. I miss people, but I'm sorry, I got an echo. But I interact with so many people now, and it's different I interact with people.
Yeah.
Sometimes I only want to be contacted by phone. Sometimes people are like, please don't contact me, just text me, email me, right? Like, it's totally different. It's also different when working with different generations of clients as well, right? But like, that's what makes it fun.
Communication.
I think, and I love when a client's like, I want to do this, and they're like, you just build it all for me. That's a challenge, right? It's a different form of a challenge, but it's a challenge.
Yeah, every trip is different. It's very rare that they're the exact same. everybody's got
Yeah.
different preferences, and so that keeps it interesting.
It'd be nice if everything was the same. It'd be really, really
There are
easy.
people who have built
But it'd be boring.
that just do one thing, like that's their thing, and that's okay. Everybody's business is different. I think that's one of the things you'll hear throughout our episodes is there's no one way to do anything, right? We'll talk about what was good for us. You know, what works for me might not work for Karen. What might, work for you might not work for us. It's an open discussion, and there's no one right way. And I think that's what's also so awesome from a business perspective. And there's enough clients for every agent out there. There are agents that are what you consider more hobbyists and ones that are serious about the career and building their business, all kinds of different business models. And we're going to talk about all that stuff. We're going to hopefully have some special guests on here to help talk about certain topics, but looking forward to one wild ride with my best.
It's me too. We're going to have an absolute blast. We always encourage our viewers, if you have topics that you want us to talk about, let us know. Because like Tahryn said, this is a wild ride and we don't have it really determined where exactly we're going to take this podcast. We just know, and we thank you for being on the adventure with us.
Yes.
Because that's what this job is. It's truly an adventure in and of itself.
We will talk to you next time.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.